Securing C.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Still here.
Charlie secure.
I am
Enemy has
playing
A.
on
We're in the
Call
lead.
of Duty. Imagine that, another Call of Duty video. I'm doing a camo
Securing
challenge.
Bravo.
Well, when I say camo, I'm just trying to get the gold camo, so I still have lead
secure.
kills, long shots, point blanks. I've actually already finished this gameplays from probably a couple weeks ago, but it's the SA-805, which, you know, I played with it a lot in the beginning of the game. Again, it is so funny. If you go back and look at your earlier classes, it is hilarious. Taking my spot when I need lead kills. But it is hilarious when you go back and look at the class setups you had when you first started and what you use now is just totally different. Completely different. So, not much new going on. Getting ready tonight for Clan Wars 9. I don't even remember what the area on the map is. I kind of, I don't know how to, alright, so I think they waste a lot of time putting this global map up and saying that, oh, you must take the refinery, and it is, you know, why don't you just say domination is worth this much, and it takes this much. I know it does say that when you open up the node, but I find it annoying how you have to open up the node in order to see what the amount of clan points are, and that it's going to award you for achieving that, or for unlocking that. So I feel like, you know, why not just have, like, you can do the whole map thing, but just put the name of the game type. You don't have to say this is the refinery, and then they, you know, it's kind of like they like waste time saying we have to have people for our forces. You know, it's just kind of goofy. I mean, I do know it's a game, so they're just trying to keep within the theme, but quite honestly, all you need to do is just say, just kind of set it up like brackets and say, this node is this game type, and you got to get this many wins to get this. That's all you really need to do. I mean, that's, I don't know. The rest of it's probably a little over dramatization for my tastes.
Enemy SATCOM spotted.
IMS doing a little bit of work here, and again, this gameplay might be might be like a little bit might feel like it's a little campy, but again, it's because I'm trying to do these little camo unlocks, and I have to have so many lead kills, and I haven't been able to figure out. So let's say I'm on this corner right here, and I take a knee, and you know you have to have some crouch kills. So if I crouch and I lean and they're far away, do I get, when I kill one enemy, do I get all three, or do I only get one? I haven't really been able to scientifically prove which one it is, because I just keep playing and look at it at the end of the game, but I don't think you get credit for all three. I think it picks one of them, and it says that's the kind of kill you get the credit for. If you do a kneeling, long shot, I don't think you're going to get credit for all three. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying that I've paid the best attention to it. I just look at after each game, I just look at the camos and see how many of what type of kill is left, and then just do that. But Clan Wars is coming up, and we have pre-designated our squads. Tonight is going to be, it's going to be a lot more well organized. The funny thing is that it's that level of organization. Well, it is very important on the first night, but knowing what your squads are going to be is not as important on the first night as it is the second and third night.
Alpha.
The reason being is, when everybody gets on, you still have time to put together your squads. And what I mean by that is, we're in Diamond Division. You have to take that node that, you know, from where the computer or the bots have a node. You know, you have to take that node down to 0 first. So, you know, it doesn't, none of the wins are technically counting towards the capture of that node. You're just whittling it down, and you know, you can whittle it all the way down, and really you're just opening it up for anybody to go in there and race. So my point is that in regular Clan Wars, the game type is you can see exactly where the other clans are going, what game types they're playing, because the moment they win a game, the points go up, their wins go up on that node. So you know, hey, they're lapping us. Jump off of this node, go to another node. On this one, you don't. So really, when you open up a node, you never know what's gonna happen. Look, last Clan, we opened up nodes and we got our asses handed to us because of numbers. We just didn't have the level of the numbers of clan guys online playing that
Charlie.
our opponents did. I mean, that's all. It didn't matter which node you went to, really. Once you opened it up, if it was a game type they played, hey, guess what? They were going to take it. So, my point being now, just saying that you don't have to worry about knowing what squad you're going to be on the first night because you have time. All that's happening during that beginning time is whittling down of nodes. Now,
C secure.
Point that no, it is important because if you're the first one to capture the node, there's a bonus. There's bonus points if you hold multiple nodes. I'm not saying that that's not true. It absolutely is, but I don't really know. I don't really know how important that is. I mean, really, two clan points. I guess. I mean, you could be in a position where those 2 clan points make a difference.
Sentry gun ready for deployment.
But geez, I don't know. I just didn't. I just personally, I don't know that it makes that big of a difference. And I'm gonna place this sentry gun here so that I can start calling in kill streaks. Without and have a little bit of protection, and I don't have to have anybody watch me or hope that nobody spawns next to me. So that was actually the sentry gun ends up being a pretty good package to receive, even though typically when I get a sentry gun, I'm like, man.
Securing A.
I've been playing with that IMS a lot more. And really my kill streaks on assault, I have switched it up to IMS, Griffin, which is the most fun in the Helo pilot. And the Helo pilot's fun, but they make the controls on the pilot. I mean, you know, it's just so, it's not agile, and even the Griffin becomes a pain in the ass. Look at this scenario. They're triple capped, so they're gonna spawn on one side, kind of fly over to one side, blast a couple people. Well, then when they spawn on the other side, it takes so long to turn that thing around. It's ridiculous. Now, at least the Helo pilot, you can move it around from one side of the board pretty quickly to the other side of the board. But it's so awkward, and you know, unless you've actually had the Helo pilot kill streak on, you don't realize just how awkward those controls are. Of course, everybody's in the diner, so I'm trying to even if something WW run out in front of it. The other part of running these kill streaks is you see where they're at, call the people out. Let your teammates know where these guys are spawning. Where they are at. Learn your callouts, communicate. Really big important thing to do when you get into clan wars. You have got to open your mouth. And look, we all have a tendency to try harder when it seems like we're starting to fall behind, or you know, it's not going as easy as what we want it to. And I notice a lot of guys clam up because they're pissed. And I'm like, hey, I get it that you're pissed. And so, yeah, we don't want to listen to you screaming and hollering how you're pissed off at the game. But you absolutely have got to open your fucking mouth and tell us, where did you get killed from? How many did you see? Because that will allow us to better warm up. And of course, again, as always on Dom, when I have a pretty strong squad, people drop out and people quit. Not my fault. Well, I'll put up a new video soon, guys. Good talking to you again.